Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today what we're going to be cooking is Methi Saag with aubergine. It's not a common dish, it's something that I really like. I use quite a bit of onions. Basically I make it nice and brown and it adds, for me I find it really lovely and tasty. It's not a very spicy dish, but you can make it spicy by adding more stuff, more chilli, dry flakes or green chilli. So what I need, I've got 2 aubergines, I've already cut them. I've also threw some salt in there, so I'm leaving this, as you can see, there's a bit of salt in there, so I'm going to wash that in a minute. There's onions and green chilli. Methi Saag, what I've done is I've already cleaned them, washed them, drained them, and they're ready to be cooked as well. So what we'll do, we'll start cooking. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Okay, so I've got my pan and I've got, I would say, around about 3 big serving spoon oil there. It's not a deep fry, so you can use a little bit less, but I've got a little bit more in there simply because I'd like it to get brown and more crispy. So what I'm going to add first of all, my oil's heated up, is 1 teaspoon of hallout, turmeric, mix it in. And then I'm going to add in the aubergine. I'm just going to have my flame on medium, so I don't want it really hot and spitting out. So I'm going to add the aubergines in. Okay, I've got a few funny shaped ones, but that's fine. It's just because the aubergine is a little bit rotten at the bottom, so I cut it off. So don't worry about the funny shape. Okay, so what we're looking at, we're wanting them to be lovely and crispy and brown, much more brown than how this one is. What I'm doing, I'm just flipping them over so that each side gets done. Okay, I have got, like I said at the beginning, I have put more oil in here. It's simply because I want it to be not too deep fried and not too shallow in between. I would say you'd have to leave this for at least 2 minutes on each side. If you're seeing that it's not getting golden brown, leave it a bit longer. So I would say 2 minutes on each side, turn them over, another 2 minutes, then turn them over until they're nice and brown and crispy. If you want them really crunchy, keep them for longer, but I like mine just crispy but nice and soft inside. So we'll leave that for 2 minutes and we'll come back. Okay, so as you can see, one side been over 2 minutes, I've turned them over and you can see how lovely and brown it is. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, not even half a teaspoon of salt, just a little bit, I'll say a pinch of salt. It's just because with the onions and the Methi Saag, I'm going to give some onion there, so I don't want it too salty, but at the same time I want my aubergines to have a bit of flavour. So as you can see, they're just lovely and brown. They are ready now, almost ready to come out. Right, so I'm going to lower it down really low now. And I'm going to pick up the aubergines. Now as you can see, some of them actually started to spit. So I'm just going to try and pick them up as fast as I can. But can you see how lovely they're nice and brown and they're still soft? Now with this oil, I'm going to reuse this oil for my onions and everything, so don't worry about if you have any excess oil left over. Okay, so as you can see, it's lovely and brown. That's really nice and crispy. It's still really lovely and soft. If you can see, look, it's still nice and soft. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the oil still on the burner and stove. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add the onions in that same oil. I'm just going to stir it. Okay, so I'm going to bring the heat up now. I am going to put some more turmeric in here and salt. So, teaspoon of turmeric in there. Teaspoon of salt as well. You can add more to your taste later on. So just mixing the salt and the turmeric now. Right, leave that. You can cover it if you want to, but I don't want it covered because I don't want it soft. I want the onions nice and crunchy, so I'm going to leave it like this uncovered for 2 minutes. Okay, so it's not been 2 minutes, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to still leave that and I'm just going to add in my chilies. And just give it a stir. As you can see now, can you see how the onions are now actually getting thinner and slightly crispy as well? But I'm just going to keep them like that until they're nice and brown and crispy. And as you can see, it's been 2 minutes now. You can see that it's gone brown. I'm going to leave it for another minute because I want them more crispy than this. So another minute and I think I should be able to then put the saag in. It should be nice and crispy by then. Okay, so as you can see, the onions have gone lovely and brown now. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to add in the saag now. And lower this fire, flying down a little bit more to low, and I'm just going to add in the saag. Now as you can see, I haven't cut them. All I did was just take them off the stem, so they've just not been cut, because the way that they shrink inside with the heat, you don't really need to cut them. All I want them just to get a bit more soft, and then I'm going to just add in the aubergine. Okay, so as you can see now, it's all gone really nice and soft, and it's literally, it's like there's not a lot of saag in there at the moment. So I'm going to leave the flame on low and I'm going to add the aubergine in. Okay, so I'm just going to drop them in now. I'm going to leave this for a minute. Again, I'm not going to cover it because I don't want them to go very soft. I want them crispy. So I'm going to leave this like this for another 2 minutes. And then just give it another stir. I still want them to stay nice and crispy. Okay, so as you can see, the dish colour is really nice. You've got the green from the saag, you've got the nice brown from the caramelised onions that I've done, and I've really made them really nice brown. And then it's a little bit of the purple and a little bit of that nice light pale colour from the inside part of the aubergine. Now, this is ready for me. This is how I like it. I'm going to take it down. However, if you want to make this a little bit more, the leaves a little bit more, I'll say cooked, because I like mine to be slightly just cooked. I don't want them overcooked. You can keep it in for another minute if you want to, but this is ready for me to take down. So I shall now take this out the frying pan and put it in a dish. So this is the final dish, and this is how it looks. So I put it in a serving dish, and as you can see, it's really nice. Now, it's a simple dish. You can get this made within 8 minutes if you have all the ingredients chopped and everything. So everybody give it a try, and let us know how it went. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye.